Katoa, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Bauer auction rooms for the 5 offerings we have today for your cash interest. My name is Will Johnston, I'm your auctioneer, and a big warm welcome to those who are in the room, a warm welcome to those who are viewing online as well. It's a live streamed auction, a public event. You won't be on camera unless you go and stand in front of the camera that's just over there. My job today as the auctioneer is to just facilitate a wee bit of happiness when it comes to purchasing great property here in the Bay of Plenty. A few things of note on our way there in terms of the, the terms by which we engage. If you do place a bid here today, what you are doing is acknowledging to me that you have received a copy of all the documentation required. So that be the conditions of sale, any disclosures, you've done your own due diligence on that, possibly looking at buyers and sellers guides from the REA, you've got legal, technical, financial advice, you're bidding on your own behalf and you're bidding in that cash unconditional basis. Today, as the auctioneer, I've got a couple of things afforded to me. May nominate the sums by which we increase the bidding, may refuse bids if I don't see it in the best interest of our vendors, may place bids on behalf of the vendor, so that's a vendor bid. I do that below a reserve price. It gives you a guide, I guess, as to where you need to be heading in terms of value. Today, if there's some sort of dispute, I'll simply determine that. We'll go back to the last undisputed bid and we'll just move forward from there. The property may be withdrawn from the market at any point by the owner of the property. Before it's sold, that's their exclusive right to do so. 3 things happen today. If you are a lucky purchaser here at the Bauer Auction Rooms, we'll get you to calm down and remember how to sign your name. So we'll go through that. It involves your signature on the conditions of sale, 10% of the purchase price as a deposit unless that's otherwise arranged in terms of percentages with all applicable parties, and any information when it comes to GST. But again, very unlikely. All of the offerings we have here today for you are residential. They're GST inclusive, so that means what you bid is what you pay, nothing to add on top there, no 15% extra or anything along those kind of lines. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a few to get through today, so we'll go to the first one that we have. It is 31 Princess Road in Bellevue. It has been brought to the market by Nick Drysdale. He's been a busy man over the marketing period of this property. It is a great one, you can understand why we've got such interest in it. We'll go to the legals of the property first and foremost, then I'll give you a bit of an explanation of it, and then I'll throw it over to you in terms of your interest in it. 31 Princess Road in Bellevue in Tauranga, an estate in freehold, 397 square metres more or less in lot 1, deposited plan 315069, and record of title 59489. Vacant possession on offer, as is all of the properties we've got today. We're moving on possession and settlement date, no one else is there. That's essentially what that means. It is 3 months from the date of unconditional or by mutual agreement is the possession and settlement date for 31 Princess. No other changes to the conditions of sale that you would have been furnished with throughout the marketing period. So 31 Princess Road, indeed the jewel in the crown when it comes to a fantastic property, especially when it comes to location. We'll get to that reasonably shortly. Even things down to those solid wood floors, absolutely love that. You don't see enough of that in properties today. Having a quick look through the property, you can see we've got that split living available upstairs and then downstairs for what we like to call the teenagers room, or the room where you act like nothing's happening in it and you just shut the door. In terms of the property itself, moving on through for entertaining, you can see that nice decking area, water views set up for the entertaining when it comes to your family. Moving on through again, kitchen ready to move and enjoy, but obviously the opportunity to add some further touches to your own specifications in terms of future-proofing your investment. Again, having another look in terms of off-street parking and plenty of room there for that, and then the open plan nature of the property and the good connection to the outdoors. Location-wise, well, right across the road and just down a little bit from Bellevue Primary School, but again, when it comes to great schooling in the Bay of Plenty, that Otamoto College and primary not too far away, the pool and the tennis court just down the road as well, and if you want to stretch your legs a bit further, that Carlton Reserve just down the road, of course. So ladies and gentlemen, that's probably enough from me. More interested in what you have to say when it comes to 31 Princess Road in Bellevue. An opening bid, an opening offer, where would you like to start? Like I said, it's your turn.
685.
At 685,000, very specific start, appreciate that. Would call for 720. 720 would be your next viable bid, I'd say, ladies and gentlemen. Search for 720,000. First call at 685. 720 is the opportunity. Well away from selling instructions, obviously. Second, 720,000. Appreciate that. I'd have to get to 3. Thank you. At 720,000. Another 20 on top if you like. 740 the opportunity, shall we say? 740 now to 60, shall we? 760 the chance now. 760, can I say, have it here. 760 to 80 now. 780, shall we? First call, 780 we have. To 800 now. 800 the opportunity. That's 780,000.
Yep.
800 now. Quick bid's a good bid. I'd say 820 shall we serve. 820 the opportunity. 820 now 40. 840 can I. First call, 820,000. Searching for 840. 40 the opportunity. Second.
830.
One out of a nice guy. 830,000, I'll take it in tens. I'll offer you the same opportunity if you like, sir. 840, shall we? First call at 830,000. 40 the chance.
835.
40 I need, away from selling instructions at this stage. 40 can we?
840.
40, appreciate that, working with me. Hopefully we can get you into ownership. Best friend at the moment, but I'm easily swayed. At 840,000, 50 can we, sir? 50 the chance. First, at 840,000. Not exclusive to these two, it's been fun so far, but everyone else welcome to participate. At 840 seconds, before we pause and have a conversation, see if we can get into ownership. You want to be in that situation. Purchasing the conversation at this point. At 840, we welcome you. 850 can we? Third and final at 840. Very well, we'll pause the auction, we'll have a conversation. We'll see if we can get you into ownership. Auction pause, we won't be too long. Gentlemen, thank you very much for your patience. Realise it feels like it's a long time when you're out here, but you've got good music and good company, so I'm sure you've been fine. We have had some beneficial conversations. Behind closed doors, we've moved the needle from 840 where we left the floor to 850,000, getting that confirmed. Sir and ma'am at 850,000 on the nod. At 850,000, our vendors have decided to move forward and sell the property to the highest bidder. Property is on the market, 31 Princess Road is for sale. It is to be sold today to our highest bidder. It's at 850,000. Call it away 3 times for one of the better offer. Otherwise, we sell away at 850. A first call at 850,000. And welcome you in, sir. Second, at 850,000 for legal tender north.
5.
855.
Yes.
Appreciate that. At 855,000. New bidder. Good strategy, sir. Well done. At 800. Sorry? Behind the post, I can still see your arms. You need to go a bit further to the right. At 800, yes. Big arms on it. Don't mess with them. 855,000 for what a better offer, ladies and gentlemen. New bidder at the back. First call at 855. Legal tender north of here. We'll take a 1 if it helps. Second, at 855,000. We're selling it away. Third and final, at 855,000. 31 Princess is going, gone and sold. Congratulations. Well done. Well bought. Commiserations. Appreciate your efforts. Wish you well in your search for further property. Well done. A great campaign. Congratulations to our vendors. Moving forward. Next property we have on offer here for you, ladies and gentlemen, has been brought to the market by Kurt Baker and Lisa Sweeney. It is 14 Rockford Crescent in Pies Par in the Lake subdivision. A fantastic opportunity for you and your family to move into something that is just so ready to move into and just enjoy your life. 14 Rockford Crescent in Pies Par, it's an estate and freehold, 570 square metres, more or less. Lots 825, deposit of plan 474511, then record of title 651592. Again, vacant possession on offer, GST and that bid price in 20 working days from the date of this agreement in terms of a possession and settlement date. Well, it is one of those modern, fresh, sought-after opportunities in a quiet street in that Lake subdivision. Modern build, all the bells and whistles, including your heat pumps and your double glazing as you'd expect with a property of this nature. Fully fenced as well. And moving on through into the property, can see it's got that open plan nature when it comes to the living, but also able to separate off the accommodation part of the property. Those 3 bedrooms on offer. In terms of the kitchen and the property, do love that we've got those polished concrete floors, nice and modern when it comes to the appliances. And again, the outdoor living moving on through is fantastic here at Rockford. We've got the louver system, we've got a nice fenced backyard, and moving on through that as well. Nice to see that 570 square metres more or less, so a bit of room for the kids to run around or the animals. And then just scrolling back from the property, you can see if that's not enough room, well basically across the road you've got the park, you've got the bike track, you've got the basketball in terms of increasing your skills. No matter how much I try, it doesn't help me, but it might help you. And then a great playground, and then of course just down the road to that late shopping precinct at the Tauranga crossing and some good schools, ladies and gentlemen. So I call for an opening bid, an opening offer when it comes to 14 Rockford Crescents in Pies Par in that Lake subdivision. Where would you like to start? Opening bid. First call. Second call for an opening bid. Whatever start if we are to have an end, ladies and gentlemen.
860.
860,000, appreciate that. Again, I haven't had to count to 3 today to start it, that's good. At 860,000, look, happy to progress it to 900,000 as the next opportunity, if you like, ladies and gentlemen. 900 the opportunity now, I called it away at 863 times the first. Second. Third and final. Well, look, on behalf of the vendors, I will progress it to 900,000 in terms of a vendor bid, again, away from selling instructions. So I'm here to help you into ownership if I can. Happy to welcome you back in at 40 above if you like, 940 the opportunity now. At 940, happy to pause the auction, have a conversation if there's no higher, better offer. Ladies and gentlemen, 940 the opportunity, can I say? First call, at 900. Otherwise we go to that open market, the conditions. Second, search for 940. Happy to pause at 940 and have a conversation, sir.
920.
940 it'll need to be. 940 the opportunity. Again, not for sale at that level, but again, pausing the conversation, you're just purchasing a conversation at this point. So it won't cost you a thing at this point, at 940. Give it a pause and have a chat. 9:40. Appreciate you working with me. Again, I'll call 3 times, but if no better offer, we will pause with you. First at 9:40, second, third and final. Auction pause. We'll have a conversation with you. We'll see if we can get to ownership. Please do bear with us. Right, ladies and gentlemen, realise we've all got dinner appointments, so we have left that under negotiation at $940,000. We will give you an update as to where that has headed and where it gets to reasonably shortly, but let's move forward with the auction program that we've got here today at Bower. Our next property has been brought to the market by Katie Light. It is 87 Orange Lane in Bethlehem. We go to the legals of the property. There it is, standing resplendent in the sunshine there, and fantastic and sought after street in Bethlehem. 87 Orange Lane, Bethlehem, an estate and freehold comprising that record of title SA72A, folio 995, and 15 working days from the date of the agreement set down for the possession and settlement dates of the property. Again, it's kind of that cul-de-sac and lane living at its finest. It is really tucked down the lane, nice and private, nice and secure, and a well-heeled area of Tauranga and the Bay of Plenty. Moving into the property, you can see it as one of those ones that's just really easy to move in and enjoy, and our current vendor has enjoyed many years there with great family and friends memories, but obviously the opportunity to add your own touches to it, to bring it up to a further standard. Moving on through again, grandeur as well. I love those archways there and the pillars. Some slight separation, even though you have that kind of open plan nature of it. It is a great place for entertaining. Speaking of, if we move on through, you can see it's got that light, sunny disposition, good connection to the outdoors through the ranch slider, and moving into the outdoors area of the property. Well, it's almost preserved like a little bit of its grounds and how well it's been maintained, and then just pretty much over the back fence and down a little bit, those walkways through down to the lake area reserve for the pets or the kids if you need to get them out and get a bit of energy out of them. Again, as I say, scrolling back and having a look at the property, sought after area in Bethlehem, just down from that Bethlehem College area and then a bit further into the Bethlehem shop. So give me 3 opportunities, ladies and gentlemen, if you've got cash interest in the property. Otherwise, might be able to give you a value indication on the property. First call. Second. Third and final. The people viewing online right now, very happy that we are passing this property, and I'm going to hand it back to you, Katie, to deal with those parties who are outside of auction terms and conditions viewing online today. If you've got interest in this property, I imagine it's about to peak because we've put it at inquiries over 939,000. 939,000 inquiries over. If you've got interest above that level, I'd get in touch with Katie Light. Your earliest convenience represents fantastic value and great buying in one of the best areas that the Bay of Plenty has to offer. Move to the next property on our program here at the Bower Auction Rooms today. It's 9 Ireland Way in Bethlehem. It has been brought to the market by the Baston Group. Benton Hunter been very busy on this fantastic and new proposition to the market, and well, it'll be a brand new home for the owners. who eventually move in here. 9 Ireland Way in Bethlehem, an estate in freehold, 668 square metres more or less, and it's comprised in record of title 1154438. We've got 15 working days as the possession and settlement date for this property, and it is built by classic builders, recently finished and just ready for you to move in and enjoy. Everything is new. Can't get much more new than just a new house, essentially. If we have a look at the view, moving on through, you can see you've got that elevated view, some fantastic sunrises, and out the other side of the property, great sunsets. It's just really set up for that entertainment, as they so often are, those classic built properties. Again, scrolling on through, seeing the back lawn, a great area there to just put a couple of chairs and a barbecue, and a fantastic place for a housewarming. Moving inside the property, open plan in its nature, again, all new appliances, that great sort of light with slight dark elements around those framings, but again, the opportunity to go in and add those own touches and really make it your own. Moving to the accommodation, even the accommodation has views at 9 Ireland Way in Bethlehem, and then scrolling back and having a look from outside the property, that 10-year classic care warranty available on something such as this, as it is so new, of course. And again, look, you're not too far away going one way into Bethlehem Town Centre and the other way into those Brookfield shops. Zoned for all of the good schools in the Bay, plenty in terms of Bethlehem schools and in those Otomoto zones as well, so sits right in the middle of that. Can understand why we've had some interest in the property. I'll give you an opportunity, if you've got cash interest here today, ladies and gentlemen, to make yourself known. Otherwise, we move to the open market. A first call for an opening bid before we close the auction. Second, third and final. I'll pass it in, I'll hand it back, I'll close the auction, I'll hand it back to Hunter and Brent to deal with parties who have interest in the property. And again, brand new house in Bethlehem, inquiries over 999,000. So a brand new property, 3 bedrooms with that classic care warranty, inquiries over 999,000. Can imagine the phone will start ringing pretty shortly when it comes to the interest in a property of that nature at that level of value proposition. I wish you well with it. We go to the last property we've got on our books, and then I'll be able to give you an update as well when it comes to the previous property at Rockfort. It's 44 Buxton Place in Ohawiti, been very busy, has she? Katie Light has brought this one to the market as well. Very much appreciate our vendors giving Katie and Bauer the opportunity to present such a cool property, and it is one that has all those extras that you're after in a property to move in and enjoy with your family. 44 Buxton Place in Ohawiti, that estate in freehold, 672 square metres more or less, in record of title 151245, and again possession and settlement date set down for this property of the 22nd of May 2026, all by mutual agreement. Well, firstly, there's room for the camper. I think you can tell that at this property. Has been so fastidiously maintained and enjoyed by our current vendors. I do love that those clean lines and slightly differing in terms of the mono pitches there. It really does just have some great street presence, this property. And speaking of the street, cul-de-sac living again at its finest, so nice and secure for the kids to trot around. Having a look inside the property, really set up for that entertaining cooking with gas and great appliances and that light and dark tone, love that. Moving on through as well, can see the open plan nature, but really opening out onto that deck, which is a real feature of a property such as this, the green space view. Having a quick look from the other way, from the green space back in, can see expansive, got those stack of doors. Even the bedrooms obviously have great connection to the outdoors for a little bit of a tipple late afternoon or evening on that fantastic sun-drenched deck. And again, in terms of the green space, you view it from the deck, but also outside, moving on through, you can see well maintained, plenty of area to move around, scrolling on through as well, and plenty of area here for what I think is probably one of the most well-appointed dog boxes I have seen in quite some time. A fantastic little extra there at 44 Buxton Place. And again, Ohawiti, a fantastic suburb, nice friendly family living there, and a hop, skip and a jump from town really as well. So the opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to cash, your first call for an opening bid. Second, third and final. Pass the property in. I'm going to hand it back to you, Kate, who will close the auction. Again, a fantastic inquiries over level on this property. If you've got interest in this property, again, all that it represents, those 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, split living in a great area with that fantastic decking. Inquiries over 929,000. Inquiries over 929,000. If you've got interest in the property above that level, I would get in touch with Katie Light. I imagine your phone will be reasonably busy off the back of this auction, Katie. If you've got interest, Katie can talk you through the offer process and some recommendation when it comes to value above that 929,000. So please do bear with us. I'll have an update for you reasonably shortly on 14 Rockford Crescent. Ladies and gentlemen, move back to 14 Rockford Crescent in Pies Par. We do thank our highest bidder for the negotiation. I have received instructions from our vendor to place a bid on behalf of the vendor at $969,000. So vendor bid at $969,000 on 14 Rockford Crescent. Welcome bidders at or above that level to move forward with the property at $969,000. We'll welcome you in if you would like to place a bid above that level. Otherwise, we will be moving to that market outside of the auction room at the moment. I'll give you 3 opportunities, ladies and gentlemen. First call at $969,000. Again, a vendor bid, probably not for sale at that level, but if you've got interest at or above. Second at $969,000. Happy for you to place a bid at $970 and have a pause with you. Third and final at $969,000. Fair warning, ladies and gentlemen. Very well. We will pass the property and I'll close the auction. I'm going to hand it back to Kurt and Lisa to deal with parties in the room or outside of auction terms and conditions. Can I tell you, no surprise. The property is for a value proposition. Inquiries over $969,000. The property now priced at inquiries over $969,000. Got interest in the property at or above that level, get in touch with Kurt or Lisa at the earliest possible convenience. That ends the opportunities we've got here at the Bauer Auction Room. Thank you for those in attendance. Thank you for those viewing online. We'll see you at another Bauer Auction shortly. Cheers and good afternoon.